recruiting is on fire. This is June. Lock in. This is the new hot time. This is like what January used to be like. Colin, let's take a look at what the top 10 teams rankings look like right now, because they've been in a wild, wild state of flux. So Georgia's number 1 right now. Michigan's 2. Florida has vaulted all the way up to number 3. Florida is rolling. They are on a recruiting heater the last week, the likes of which we have not seen from that program in a long time. I don't know how long we would go back, but in a long time. But there are some names you don't see there that you will end up seeing there. Texas is nowhere near the top 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50. Texas is 62nd right now. I'm going to make a bet with you. I think they'll finish top 10. And I think they've got some of their own heat coming in the way of commitments very soon. But in the meantime, just let Uncle Josh tell you here, I think Texas will be okay. I don't think they're freaking out or anything, but maybe if you don't follow recruiting and you're a Texas fan and you see this, you think, what happened? Did the NCAA drop the hammer on us? No, you guys will be fine. Also, Alabama, nowhere to be found. They're at 25 right now. Alabama's got the highest average player grade of any program in the country. Their average commit is rated 94.36. It's just that they've not taken many guys. Obviously, that will change. It's a very, very fine selection process for them at this point. And so they're sitting at actually 27. I think they'll be easily top 5 when all is said and done. However, Colin, if you could do me a favor and throw that top 10 back up, there are some other programs out there who maybe we never talk about that all of a sudden have just appeared out of nowhere. Do you understand Stanford has a top 10 class right now? Stanford. New coaching staff and everything. Stanford. They landed the number 3 quarterback in the country in Elijah Brown. We talked to him last week out there. I talked to him a couple of times out there. It was UCLA or Stanford, and he goes Stanford, and it was the quote he gave me was, it was so commonsensical, but he said, you can find starting quarterback positions all over the place. You can only find a Stanford degree one place, and he's going there. And so they got a good one there. That new coaching staff out there going about things in a really aggressive way, as aggressive as you can be at Stanford. So good for them. Now, some other programs that we don't normally talk a lot about, but every recruiting cycle has its own story. Mississippi State's hot right now. Mississippi State's really hot right now. Arnett over there, also a new head coach, totally different circumstances, obviously. Number 20 class in the country? Yes. And they just landed a trio of 4-star kids from in-state. Most of their players so far are from inside the state of Mississippi. J.J. Harrell's a receiver, committed, Mississippi State. Braylon Burnside, wide receiver, committed, Mississippi State. P.J. Woodland, corner, committed, Mississippi State. Good on that staff. Really good on that staff. Also, Texas Tech is on a roll. Texas Tech under Joey McGuire taking a really unique approach in recruiting. Get this. They're just being honest and upfront, but also not trying to pressure anyone. If you want to come here, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool as well. But do you want to come here? That's working. What a radical concept. Just being upfront and honest with folks. If it works, I think it may be applied more broadly. We'll see. 5-star wide receiver Micah Hudson. I want you to pay attention to that name because he has been crystal balled to Texas Tech. It looks like they're going to land him. And they're already ranked fairly highly without him. So if they do land him, it's going to be a really big deal. Keep an eye on him, 6 foot, 190 pounds from Temple, Texas. This could be a situation where Texas Tech just flats out beats Texas for a recruit that everyone wants. So keep an eye on that. Also, you'll notice Tennessee was at number 10. Keep an eye on them because they got a big visit weekend coming up. A lot of folks have big visit weekends happening right now. This is visit season. But I was looking at Steve Wiltfong's crystal ball activity. And Wiltfong has crystal balled a couple of 4-star receivers to them for next week. Those commitments are happening next week. So Tennessee's number 10 in the country right now and could be rising this upcoming week. Wiltfong, I got 2 things out of him today. First thing he did was call me to let me know that he thinks anytime there is a day Major League Baseball game, it's Braves versus Phillies. That's a theory of his. And the other thing we got out of him is a couple of crystal balls for Tennessee landing 4-star receivers. Make of both of those bits of information what you will.